What up, guys? Today's video is brought to you by Pixel Pusher Market, the best marketplace for design, but not enough to like give me full-on creative art direction. And on my second one, same thing. The managers, they weren't designers. You know, you're good people, but it's one of those situations where like they didn't know what they wanted till they see it type of thing. You've been there. You work with clients. And I think my last one was pretty good. I worked with a lot of designers in my last internship. It's around like 3 or 4 designers there, so I can always like piggyback and ask them like different type of questions. But overall, not really a mentor. I did seek out some people to to look up to, but not necessarily a quote unquote mentorship. All right, I think this is the 4th question. Did you enjoy your time there, and were people kind and motivated? Of course I enjoyed my time there. Disney's to this day is like my most favorite job, even though it was an internship and I got paid dilly squat. It was still awesome. I got to go on Tower of Terror during my lunch breaks. I got to ride Rock and Roller Coaster during my lunch breaks, you know, Space Mountain, etc. I got to do all those cool things, all these cool outings with the teams. And everybody was very motivating. Everybody was very positive. Even people who weren't in your department, they were also very encouraging and very polite to you. You know, they were just like, "Hey, what are you doing? What are you working on? How's school going?" Etc. Etc. Like those type of things really helped out because I was down there by myself with no family. So being able to have those interactions with those positive people around me really motivated me to want to go to work every day and create pretty cool things that I thought were cool at the time. But now that I look back at my past work, I would never do that. My skills got way better. All right, I think this is question number 5. Did you have a lot of liberty when it came to designing, or did they tell you what they wanted? So with this situation, with Disney, you kind of design, you kind of have to be creative inside of a box, and that box is Disney, and that box is Disney's branding. You can't really go outside of that. So with that said, you have some creative liberty, but there's some strings attached to that. You can't go out and do crazy texture design if the design does not call for that. You understand what I'm saying? There is sort of a style guide there, and while I was there, I created several logo style guides that I think I'll probably use or not use. It depends on if they updated the logo. But yeah, so there is some restraints there, and also they did tell you what they wanted because you don't really know what to make unless somebody tells you. You know, it's whatever. But yeah, they did tell you what they wanted, and this is life of an intern, man. You get told what to do, and you go from there. All right. Question number 6. Did they require you to use certain Did they require you to use a certain program for designing during your time there? If so, which ones? So they did not require a certain program. They typically just use the standard Adobe Suite software. I don't remember using any weird software that I'd never used before. Like I use Photoshop, InDesign, Illustrator. Those are like, excuse me. Those are like the main ones that I used. Obviously for Illustrator, designing like logos and stuff. Photoshop, obviously doing like some heavy Photoshop work and editing pictures and stuff that I took around the property. And also, you know, just using InDesign to create flyers and stuff and little booklets and style guides and stuff. So there was no particular project that they forced me, or a program that they forced me to use. They kind of already knew like, hey, designers are coming, because Disney has a plethora of designers and animators and graphic designers, art directors, creative directors, all over their property. They have like over 60,000 employees. So they definitely will adopt industry standard software to go forward and create their things. All right, so question number 7. How did you get a job there after you interned? Sadly, I did not. Sorry, Madison, I did not get a job at Disney after my internship. I know not every story ends in a victory. Not every story ends in a nice farewell kiss in the rain type of thing. Yeah, and it kind of sucked. So you know, after my internship, the first job I got was at Enterprise Rental Car. If you ever heard of it, it's awesome. I learned a lot of good things there. I learned how to talk and interact with people from all over the country, all over the world, from Australia to England to China to Japan to freaking Texas or California. Like, that was one of the best jobs as far as like making me comfortable and getting out of my shell. Like most designers are, they're kind of like introverted, and now I'm more extroverted because I've had careers where I had to like talk to people and go out and sell things and, you know, just be more conversing as a human being, you know? So I did not get a design job immediately after my internship, nor did I get one at Disney. I definitely tried. I tried to get 1,000 jobs after my Disney internships were over. Unfortunately, I did not get one, but I worked at Enterprise for 8 months, and then 8 months after, I got my very first design job working at this place called Zymogen. It was a nutraceutical company where they made like vitamins and protein powders, etc. And I worked on their private label team at one point, their marketing team and their document control team, where I would like design like custom labels to go on bottles for doctors. I would design different marketing materials for the sales team and stuff that go on the website. So I was at that job for like almost 4 years. You know, and after 4 years, you kind of grow a little bit. You want more out of your career, so you start looking elsewhere. And that's when my career took off after that. So here we are. All right, question number 8. Where do you work now, and how was that experience where do you work now, and how has that experience at Disney helped you? So currently, I am a contractor at multiple places. I used to have a full-time job. I no longer have a particular full-time job. Right now I'm just doing my business thing, my business ventures. I'm freelancing and doing contract work for companies here and there, making some pretty good money. I go in, I'm like a tactician. I go in for 3 weeks, make a couple $1,000s, chill. Luckily I'm married, I'm able to do that, have that luxury of doing that. But I do have something for you in the next video I will explain. But I'm no longer going to be a graphic designer anymore, even though after 10 years. I will explain to you in the next video. So yeah. Last question. Question number 9. Madison, thank you for all these questions. Hope I pleased, but anyway, question number 9. What advice do you have for a young designer? Oh man, let me put this down. I love this type of question, Madison. Thank you so much. This is why I do this channel, is to help young designers. So I'm not just doing this for publicity. I'm doing this to actually help get the word out there that, you know, designers need help, and designers need a little mentoring education. So my advice that I would give to a young designer is always, it depends on the route you want to go in, but always be learning. I know that sounds weird, but always keep learning. It doesn't matter in what it is. It could be in business, design, or whatever, marketing. Like, always learn. Keep yourself sharp, because iron sharpens iron. I remember back in the day when I would stay up till 2 or 3, 4 o'clock in the morning working on logo design, working on flyers and stuff, because I was hungry. I wanted to get better. So I would just keep telling you to keep working on your craft and keep doing what you do best, you know, because if you're not doing those things, there's somebody else who is, and that person will more likely get a position over you or whatever, because they put in more time than you. You could be like the best designer ever, but there's somebody out there who's working harder than you who will be better. So my tips for young designers is, you know, just go out there, be hungry, stay educating yourself. If you definitely want to go out there and get these internships, I would just say apply to these internships. And also work on your soft skills. That's one thing I forgot to mention. There's people who only want to work on their hard skills like Photoshop and working on programs and art and stuff like that. But you also need to work on your soft skills. How do you communicate? How do you work with a team? You know, are you able to lead people? Because if you ever want to move up and not be a graphic designer anymore, you want to be an art director or a creative director, you got to be able to communicate effectively, and you got to be able to communicate effectively your ideas to other people in a clearer manner. Because like you could say like, oh, I want this, this, and this, and you get frustrated and you end up doing it yourself. Like if you're able to like, you know, articulate what you really want from somebody and then motivate them to do that thing, you will be leaps and bounds ahead of other people out there. So with that said, I want to say thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure you like, comment on the video, and also subscribe to the channel. And I got something special in the next video. Something you probably were not expecting, but maybe two things. Let me say about two things. But anyway, don't just be a unicorn. Be an ugly unicorn. Peace.